Hello, hello everybody. Welcome. Um, Sorry that today was a little bit late, but yeah, had some things to do. But here we are. So for today, oh shit, um, just spilled water. So I'm quite exhausted after a very intense month of work. Um, so my neurons on my brain are exhausted. So today I don't feel for doing any heavy lifting. So I just thought about. I really don't know what to do today. I feel a little bit tired with the previous Chaos Space Marine. So I want to uh, do something else instead. So perhaps we can do another character for that sequential illustrations. I don't know yet, but maybe just like random sketching and see what happens while we have a chat. And yeah, I mean, since I've been so immersed with Dark Tide. I have so many things about Inquisition and stuff like that. Believe it or not, I cannot drop it out of my head, and I'm not getting tired either. Um, so yeah, maybe I do some Inquisitor, perhaps, which could be pretty nice addition for these short stories. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe something completely unrelated. I don't know, but just let's see. Juan Toledano, buenas tardes, Miguel. Ya he podido volver a ponerme con la traducción. Tengo la mitad del capítulo 3 hecha. Entre mañana y pasado espero acabar con lo que falta. Great. I'm very glad. All right. Good. I would try. Okay. I will write you an email and talk about how we can proceed. But this week, after this week, I'm going on vacation to Spain, by the way. Um, so I will not have access to things. So I will have to make available the videos for you to put the time in. So yeah, we'll see. I will figure out before I leave. But yeah, great to hear. Okay. So, what can I do? Let's see. Maybe just a random monster or something. I have no idea. Here. Okay. No. Why I cannot see this? Oh. Um, Juan Toledano. Okay, send me an email. We see. Yes, yes. I will do that tomorrow. Frédéric, hello. Comment ça va aujourd'hui? Ça va bien. Merci beaucoup. Comment ça va pour toi? Bienvenue au stream. Welcome to the stream. So all is good. Like I was saying, I'm very exhausted creatively speaking. I cannot say why because of NDA, but I can say this for Dark Tide. I've been wrapping up some things, late things for the game. And I put so much effort into it, also because I'm going now on vacation, so I had everything ready, but I put so much. I've been working so intensely and with putting so much love into it that I'm exhausted. So yeah, I was trying to do some things on my own today, and so unfocused and so all over the place. So who knows how it's gonna go now during the stream, because as I'm saying, yeah. But I'm super happy with what I have done. These latest things for Dark Tide. I'm happy. It's not often the case that I'm satisfied or proud of what I have done. In this case, I mean, for the rest of the things for Dark Tide, I'm also feel very proud and happy. But specifically for this late stuff, I put all my soul into it, and it's good stuff. You will be able to see it eventually, so you will see. But yeah, that's about it. That's everything that I can say. All right. Let's see. Dash, hi, happy to be drawing alongside today. Welcome to the stream, and like I always say, music to my ears. Let's all be drawing or painting together. Fantastic. Love it. Chris, hey, hello. Welcome to the stream. Frederic, well, I get to produce project for my portfolio for each week. One project for ArtStation each week. Okay, nice. So that's a pretty intense amount of work. So great, man. That's how it has to be done. So great to hear. But at the same time, even though it's good to put those limits, I would say that if you get after 1 week and you still feel that it's not there yet, don't feel bad for prolonging it a little bit more. I mean, when it comes to portfolio pieces, quality is of paramount importance. So yeah, it's better to produce less but of higher quality. So it's fantastic. Well, again, so fantastic that you have this kind of deadline. So that forces you to work, but don't be too strict either if it means that the quality suffer from that. All right. And I have let's see. There you go. Empty canvas. Dun, dun, dun. What to do? should I? Okay, I'm gonna start recording just in case. So let me just switch the screen once again. Sorry about that. beep, OBS. That's my computer. In case you can see, you can hear it. No, these. Yes. Oh my goodness. Sometimes this is difficult. How can I do this? One second. Okay, now. And all right. All right. Now I'm ready. Sorry. Cosas del directo, as we would say in Spain. And change back the screen here. All right, here we go. Now I got used to streaming, but I remember the struggle that it was on the beginning. It's not. It's so many things to that need to work. Yeah, it is. It is. It is not easy to set everything up. Okay, let's choose a painterly brush. And yeah, and let's see. So being thinking, as I said, an Inquisitor or some space orc as well. I don't think I have done any as far as I remember. And this thing that I'm doing at the moment, which you could say, well, but why don't you just fill it with buckets? It's just a way to kind of. I'm deliberately being slow and creating some random texture for no purpose really in mind, just to give me some time to think and kind of get into the mood. So yeah, so there is no fancy reason for doing this, just an excuse to take some time to think and play around. So more like a mental how do you say, mental stretching, if that makes any sense. since this could end up being part of the sequential illustration series, which I still don't know. I will start in black and white, just in case, so to keep the limited art direction, and yeah, we'll see. If it doesn't end up being the case, well, it doesn't matter much, since we are just playing around, and if it is, well, there you go. But yeah, I guess, well, I was going to say that I was going to be talking quite often about Dark Tide, but the truth is today is going to be my last stream. Before I start my vacation, and of course during my vacation I will be not streaming, but I will be back in July. And it's going to be pretty intense month, because that's when I will be releasing the well, the tutorial of how to paint Space Marines. It's gonna be when I start my Patreon. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense. But yeah, since now things are wrapping up, especially with marketing material for Dark Tide, there will be a lot of things going on. Oh, by the way, today it was dropped a new audio log for Dark Tide. In case you have missed it. If you want, let me know if you want me to play it now or later during the stream, and I will gladly do it. But yeah, it's super exciting. Yeah. I don't know what they are going to be releasing. I haven't seen anything. I know they are supposed to release a very big video on Thursday, right? Was announced on the Summer Game Fest. And as far as I believe, it's going to be focused on gameplay. But aside from that, which is what everybody else knows, I have no idea. I have no clue what they're going to show. Also, in about Dark Tide, I don't know if you have seen it, but if you are interested in game development and on Dark Tide, I can highly recommend you to see their dev blog for Dark Tide, where they have released a first article showing the voice acting for the game, and it's marvelous. It's insane. It's one of these things where, for example, myself as a concept artist, I'm so in my niche, on my field, right, and I'm so focused there, and maybe as a concept artist, since I need to deal with many departments, since in early development, yeah, you have to talk with plenty of things. Maybe I'm not that encapsulated as other fields on development, but still. So what I was going to say anyway is that you get so focused on your field, and in this case, concept art and stuff, designing characters, environments, and stuff like that. But then there is so, I mean, game development, it's so big and so complex. So there are so many other areas that are of vital importance and they play such a huge role, but you are not so aware of what is going on at the same time. Uh, in this case, the sound and narrative department with the with the voice acting, with all the actors and actresses, and it's absolutely amazing what the quality of the work that they are doing, and there's gonna play such a huge role to make a very nice experience. So yeah, if if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you just to take a look, because they have posted actually plenty of examples of recordings, video, where you can see the actors and actresses acting. Some plenty of takes to get a glimpse or general glimpse, and it is insanely good. Um, Frederic, yeah, thank you. Don't worry for the stress side. I know how to deal with that. Okay, great. uh, you never know, and I think it's important to say. And perhaps for you, it's totally fine, but there might be other people that are listening, and it might be good for them also to hear. So anyway, but yeah, fantastic, man. Best of luck. Ewek, how long would a concept usually take? Poof, what a classic question. And I'm going to answer with a classic answer. It depends. Because, I mean, it can vary so wildly that it can be from just an afternoon, a couple of hours, to an entire week. So it depends so much of what you are doing, what is the scope, um, what are the needs, what are the deadlines. So instead of in case that you are asking to uh, to have something to compare with, I think the most I mean, it's as if there was some sort of template, that this type of concept should take this much time or anything. I think it's the wrong metric to measure things out. And sorry if I'm just going in a completely different direction of what you were trying to ask. But I think the you shouldn't worry too much about how things take, and more about being able to work at any pace, depending on what are the requirements. So what I mean by that is that to be able to deliver a concept in a very short time, and at the same time to be able to produce a very high detail and complex image if it's required, that will need a lot of time. Because I mean, there's a lot of people that think that, okay, I just could spend a long time. I mean, it's only a challenge if it's a short period of time. But if I have an infinite amount of time, I can create the most complex and elaborate image possible. But you'll be surprised that there are plenty of people that really struggle with that part, that they actually struggle to do that. So yeah, Anyway, sorry, I may be going in a completely different direction, but yeah. So, how do you like my character illustration? Fancy, right? Can you see its figure, the face? It's already there. Everything. No need to continue. Done. Just doing this allowed me to speak a little bit more. Uh, Dash 49. I'm having issues breaking into the industry. I'm always passed up for candidates with more experience. But how to get experience when I can't get my foot indoors? Any advice? That is a good question, and something that pops up pretty often. Yeah. All right. Of course, it's difficult to give accurate answer because it can vary so much when we are generalizing, right? And I think everything's gonna come to opportunity, a little bit of luck, etc., etc. But yeah, um, I would say in my limited experience, which is I have some in this area since I've been helping out when I was in studio to look for candidates and stuff like that. It might happen that that when you were applying for certain positions, there was actually people that had more experience than you, and therefore that play a role into taking away your opportunity. But I would say that the most important thing is your quality as an artist, not your experience. Um, of course, experience plays a big role. I mean, obviously, it's better to have somebody with a lot of experience than somebody that has none. Obviously, because he's gonna know how to resolve certain problems, has experience dealing with a lot of things that might happen during a production. I mean, experience is very highly regarded, but still, the most important thing is the quality of you as a. I don't know what are you trying to apply for, but if we are, let's say, talking about concept art, then the most important thing is that you are technically you are a very good concept artist, right? That you have an stupendous level of mastery with art, and have a very a high level of designing skills, and that's gonna be shown on the portfolio. So, as I was saying, it might happen that in those cases when you tried, you got somebody with your same level of skills, but that had some experience. So it might very, very perfectly happen that they took that person. But what I can tell you is that if, let's say that everything just uh, gets to the point where it's only two candidates, you and another one, and you have a better portfolio but no experience, and the other one has more experience but has uh, the quality of his or her portfolio is it's less than yours. In most cases, I would say that they will take you. So what it counts the most is the quality of your portfolio, you as an artist, as a designer, and the experience is a plus. So if you are even in quality, then of course they're gonna go for the most experienced one, and that's where it comes to having a little bit of luck. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a lottery. So it's sometimes if they don't take you for a position, you shouldn't take things too personally, because there can be so many factors. And of course, you need to understand as well that when they ask for experience, well, I mean, when they are looking for candidates, of course, they are going to ask for everything they can, because the more they ask, the better, right? But that doesn't mean that if you don't have the experience, but you still have a kick ass portfolio, they will not consider you. Um, so, yeah, don't worry too much about not having the experience, because as you also say, everybody has gone through that problem at some point. um, so at some point you will get there, regardless of not having experience. So focus on having a good portfolio. That's the most important thing, and the rest will come with time. So eventually you will get there. So that's my only advice that I can give you. Um, don't worry too much about that. Just focus on being an awesome concept artist, in case that's what you are applying for. And if it's something else, well, in that area then. But yeah. I hope that answered your question. If not, just let me know, and I will try to reiterate or answer. Um, uh, Synthwave lover. Uh, I feel your work is good enough. You should be able to get into the industry. It's just very hard to reach the minimum in concept art and illustration. Well, yeah, more or less what I just said, but in a more concise way. And that is true as well. If you are being rejected, also taking consideration now that the competition now and the level has gone pretty high. So yeah, Synthwave lover Miguel's got a good point. Quality, speed, and a bit of nepotism are gonna be big things that contribute. Yeah, I mean, and many of the times it can be something that has absolutely nothing to do with how good you are. It might happen that the HR department sucks, which tend to be a very recurrent thing in my experience, that they drop absolutely outstanding candidates because they have no clue. I mean, the recruiters. Um it happens quite a lot when, and even to the point where, let's say, the art director or concept art lead, as I've been working, uh, asking for, I want this person, and that person never gets there because at some point it was dropped by HR, even though we asked directly. I mean, as crazy as things like that. It might happen also that maybe something happens in the production that kind of takes attention away from the recruitment, and maybe they fill the position within the studio for some reasons. It might happen. So there can be so many factors that to explain why you are not being taken for that position, that you should never ever take it personally. Because yeah, so just insist and focus on quality, and eventually you will get there. If you have the quality, it's just a matter of time. But you have to have the quality. That's the important thing. Um, and of course, it's also important to, maybe if you feel that you've been trying for such a long time and you still are not getting there, maybe you need to consider, like, uh, see if you have the quality. That maybe that's the problem, that you still don't have the minimum to get there. And then it's about insisting, but you need to be aware of it, to work it out. But anyway, don't frustrate yourselves with those things, because yeah, it takes time. And as I say very often to my students, to get a job is a job out of itself. It takes a lot of time and effort. So yeah. Well, enough of abstract painting. Let's start doing something. Dash 49, the fancy background looks like the Iron Throne. You see the power of suggestion, of abstraction. You start to see shapes all over the place. And now I could, of course, I could play like, but of course, that was what I was intending from the very beginning. Look at this head. Fancy, huh? This is gonna be my Inquisitor. You don't believe it? I challenge you to deny that this is gonna be my Inquisitor. Because it looks like an Inquisitor already. That crazy look after seeing so many nightmarish uh, scenes in his career. Because he's a he, obviously. Duh. Everybody can see that. Frederic, if you could be an Inquisitor, in which order would you like to be? Huh, that's a difficult question. I would say definitely not Ordo Malleus, because that would mean that I could very easily be corrupted or become mad, having to deal with the warp and all those stuff. Doesn't mean that being from other orders, I'm not safe from it, but still. Ordo Hereticus could be maybe the most interesting, because it's more like investigating, but at the same time it has this nasty side, which could be persecuting so-called heretics that might be not heretics for real. I don't know. Ordo Sinus could be cool, but yeah, it's difficult to say. But it's more blunt, right? Because just it's about destroying, not just investigate. Well, I mean, I'm grossly um, interpreting, but yeah, between Orthoxenos or Hereticus, I would say. But I think the Hereticus ones, I feel they might be like more fanatical kind, while perhaps the Orthoxenos is the most yeah, safe or sane. I don't know. I mean, I mean, to be honest, who can claim to be sane on the 40k universe? But all right, let's upgrade a little bit more our Inquisitor from Order Potato. Synthwave lover. That speed is so important and gotta have that quality up to snuff. And then if you have both of those, if you know some people, you can probably get something. Yes, I mean, one I think one of the major requirements I would say that is important for a concept artist is that you need to be flexible. You need to be flexible, being able to do plenty of styles of representing anything you are asked to be. You know, it's like I'm not good with cars, so if I need to have some cars on my work or whatever, I cannot. Sorry. I mean, you need to deal with ideas, and the rest is you need to be able to sort everything up. So that's why you need to have very high artistic skills, right? So you don't have to worry about those stuff and just worry about design. And the other one is be able flexible to adapt to times of deadlines. So to be able to work very fast and dirty if it's needed, and or not. But not like, yeah, uh, I'm very slow, I cannot work fast. It's like, well, maybe then you're gonna struggle, and the other way around as well. If you cannot if you only can do sketchy stuff, but you are not able just to render things to a high level. So you need to have all the spectrums. Dash, thank you so much, Miguel. I will keep trying. And yes, I'm trying for concept art. All right, all right. Well, my pleasure always. I'm here just to talk about these things, and and yeah, it's an absolute pleasure if I can help out with something. May I ask, what are you interested in on doing or on working on? Um, are you trying to work on a specific place or doing some type of specialization? You know, like you want to do, I don't know, character design or vehicle designs or a little bit of everything, or yeah, I don't know. Synthwave. Hey Miguel, I'm someone that has heavily focused on drawing, and I feel my painting skill are lacking a bit. What helps you with painting? Oof. What a heavy question. Uh, I don't know. I think to me it has come pretty naturally. Um, I just try to think in 3D more than in lines, if that makes sense. I try to imagine things with their volume, so that's what I mean with 3D. And painting and shaping things up in that way makes it easier than with lines. Uh, Even though it can work the same way, right? But I don't know. I think you can be, or at least I can be more direct, attempting to give a 3D feel to what I'm doing than drawing. I don't know if that was a good answer. I don't know. I mean, I think it comes also like a personal preference, right? I mean, there are plenty of artists that are more that lean more towards line work, and and it's and it looks fantastic, or the process relies more on line work, and still the end result can be very painterly and volumetric and everything. um, it just depends on on how you feel. I don't know. And I'm just trying to think about somebody that kind of fit that description. Perhaps, let's say Evan, for example. I think is more a drawer than a painter. Well, I don't know how he sees himself, but I would say it's more like a drawer, since he always start with a line drawing and then paints on top of it. But the result is very painterly at the end. So I think that that process just worked for him and that it's fine. So I don't know, man. I honestly I don't know what to say. I think, yeah, again, to the same thing that I said before. To me, I think it's more the thinking of things in 3D. So it's more like sculpting with shapes than anything else. Das blow up doll Inquisitor. Yeah, it looked a little bit like that. Yeah. Uh, yeah, Juan Toledano, Ordo Potato. Yes, exactly. But not anymore. Right now, it's something else. Dash, I'm doing concept art, but I think my characters are much stronger. Trying to go into a studio like Ubisoft or Eidos with a more realistic style. All right, all right, all right. I would say focus on those things that you enjoy. Um, uh, I think that's an important thing. Then you mentioned, I mean, you are mentioning more publishers more than a specific studio. But then I'm guessing that you don't have anything specific then. And if that is the case, I would say that that's important. Um, so if you don't know of any specific studio, then about the type of games that you would like to work with, and focus your portfolio on that. Uh, I guess. All right. I'm starting to think now that I'm just rambling around. Um, that this lovely and healthy looking Inquisitor, um, it would be nice if he kind of looks a little bit crazy. Synthwave. Okay, it sounds like you think about the planes and shapes. Yes. I have a hard time dealing with the messiness, so it's something I gotta get used to. Drawing is so much more deliberate. Well, I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I think you can be very deliberate, thinking, like you say, in planes and shapes. Um, I think it just come to a personal experience, I guess. Um, but in your case, that's the case. That is more messy in this way. Uh, I, for example, talking about messiness, if it's on paper, I I really enjoy drawing. Um, but on digital, I kind of struggle painting. I mean, drawing. I find it way more easier to to paint than draw for some reason. I don't know why. Sorry. Synthwave. Well, correction. Painting is deliberate too, but it's messy and different from drawing in some ways. Hard to explain. Well, yeah. I mean, of course, yeah. Of course, certainly it is different, and the way to replicate or imitate reality is quite different, right? Drawing, you rely on lines, while with painting in blocks of paint. So yeah, yeah. I think I get what you mean. I guess drawing, it's since you only have, I mean, theoretically just a line, you need to be very precise. Um, Oh, by the way, going back to Dark Tide, you haven't answered. Do you want me to play the audio log, the one that has dropped today, or not? I mean, it's just like it has to be like less than 1 minute. Abaddon, hello there. Hello, welcome to the stream. By your name, I wouldn't guess that you like Warhammer 40k. Or you are very much into the Christian Bible. I believe Abaddon is the name of a demon that appears on the Apocalypse or something. Yeah. Nigel, love your work. I am always amazed by your great designs and value control. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. That is very kind to say. Thank you. Dash. Um, I do have. Do I have to have a specific studio in mind when applying? I don't want to put all my hopes in one place, especially when I'm just starting out. All right, all right. No, no, of course not. What I meant by that is that uh, when doing your portfolio, you shouldn't be doing just a generic portfolio for everything and any studio. You need to do portfolios specifically designed and catered for a specific studio. So that's why I was asking. And maybe you don't have any specific studio in mind, but at least the type of game that you would like to be working with, and then cater your portfolio for that type of style of gaming of game. Sorry. So that's what I was asking. So no, of course you don't need to have any preference. It's just to be able to direct and offer a portfolio specifically done for that, for a position in that studio. So just to put you an example, you shouldn't present the same type of pieces and overall the portfolio shouldn't be the same if you are applying for, let's say, Naughty Dogs, because the type of games that they do, that if you are trying to apply to work on a studio, I mean, you mentioned Ubisoft, that I don't know, that they are working on the rabbits. I don't remember how they are called, but you know, which is very cartoony and stuff like that. So that's the reason. Um, Jacob, how do you feel about all these new AI concept art? Well, I don't know. I've I feel that it's just a new toy, but I don't know. Uh, it I don't have a strong opinion, um, unless we talk about specifics, because I think there are pretty many different subjects or angles where we could discuss about it. Um, but no, I'm not too worried, really, which seems to be the major or the focus of most of discussions. No, I don't think it will take away jobs. No, I don't think so. I think it's just a novelty at the moment, but nothing more. Think, and this comes a little bit to what I was talking about before. Concept art is not about painting or creating just images. Concept art is design, and everything that's been shown AI related has absolutely no design in it at all whatsoever. Anything. Okay, I just might need to stop the um, the stream because my son is getting very high fever. So I think I need to stop and see what's happening. But yeah, um, so yeah, to that question, yeah, there is nothing design related in it. It's just about doing painterly stuff and just by. I mean, it's difficult to say exactly how things are working, but the impression is just taking from a recollection of plenty of images and doing some sort of collage of things in a very complex way anyway, but with no sense of design whatsoever. So yeah, concept art is not illustration. It's design. Anyway, I'm very sorry. I need to go and see what's happening with my son. So sorry for the sudden end of the stream. Um, yeah, I will be for the rest of the month away. I will be back in July with a lot of new things happening. We'll be certainly talking a lot about Dark Tide since it will just be coming closer and closer to the release date. And yeah, I will be releasing the tutorial of how to paint and draw space marines, which is going to be huge, I hope. And also with my Patreon and my personal project. So yeah, it's going to be packed with stuff and very intense. So hopefully I see you there by then. And until then, have a fantastic summer. You have vacations, enjoy it as much as you can. Draw and paint a lot. Stay safe and healthy. And yeah, see you in July. All right. Have a good one, people. And if you had more questions, sorry, we will have to take it next time. All right.